This bronze dragon head was found at a flea market. It has a pipe going in and under its mouth where there is some kind of regulator. What is this for? There are two exciting possibilities for this one. It could be a water feature for a fountain or pool, where water would shoot out of the dragon's mouth. Or, even more dramatically, the pipe could be for natural gas, allowing the dragon to literally breathe fire. Either way, it's an incredible decorative piece. This smooth pink plastic item was found in a bin of dog food. It has markings on it: mold G2123, cavity 2, material HDPE. What is it, and why was it in the dog food? The markings provide the answer. This is a piece from the manufacturing or bag-filling equipment at the dog food factory. HDPE is a common type of food-grade plastic. A piece of a machine likely broke off and fell into the bag of food unnoticed. The owner should definitely report the lot number to the dog food company. This non-magnetic object, weighing over 5 pounds, was found in a disused data center. It's just shy of 4 inches in diameter with an angled hole in the center. What is this heavy desk item? While it looks industrial, the most plausible and simple explanation is that this is a desktop pen stand. It would sit on a desk, and its weight would keep it stable. A single nice pen would rest in the angled hole, ready for use. It's a classic piece of mid-century office decor. This is a small wooden box, about 12 by 8 centimeters, with a sprung 6-hole brass faceplate that can be pushed down. There is also a movable wooden piece on the side with a notched plate. What is this little contraption? The best guess is that this is a manual, perhaps homemade, version of the classic children's game, Perfection. The goal of that game is to place shaped pegs into the correct holes before a timer runs out and the board springs up, sending the pieces flying. This box seems to have a similar spring-loaded mechanism. This is a white click switch, about 3.5 inches square, with electronics inside, but no battery. A search for the label on the back yielded no results. How does it work? This is a self-powering kinetic switch. When you press the switch, the mechanical motion generates a tiny amount of electricity, just enough to power a built-in radio transmitter that sends a signal to a receiver, which would then turn a light on or off. It's a clever piece of technology that eliminates the need for batteries or wiring. These two brass objects, about 2 inches long, look like either a piston or a finial. They have a hole in one end and came from an estate sale. What are they? The leading theory is that these are practice pieces from a metalworking or machine shop class. They demonstrate several techniques, such as turning on a lathe to create different diameters and drilling a precise hole. They don't have a specific function, but were created as an exercise to learn machining skills. This heavy object was found in the cellar of a house. It's the size of an electric generator and seems to be a complex piece of machinery made by Rheinmetall. What is it? After some debate, the consensus is that this is mid-20th century telephone switchgear. Rheinmetall is a German company, and this equipment would have been used to manually or automatically route telephone calls. The portable frame suggests it might have been designed for military field use. It's a fascinating piece of telecommunications history. On the side of a garage, there are 3 vertical wooden beams, with the siding cut away from them. 2 horizontal beams sit on metal brackets but are not attached. What is this architectural feature? This setup is reminiscent of a Japanese torii gate, which traditionally marks the entrance to a sacred space. This is likely a decorative architectural feature intended to evoke that style. The horizontal beams may have been left unattached to allow for wood movement or for easier replacement. This cardboard-like item was found outside under a home in Wisconsin. The main triangle is about 6 inches long. It feels like the material puzzles are made of. What could it be? The leading theory is that this is part of a hopper for a squirrel feeder. The V shape would hold nuts or seeds, and the squirrels would have to push or hit the bottom piece to get the food to fall out. This might have been a cardboard prototype for a more durable feeder that was built later. This is a brass clamping object with 2 different-sized holders. It has 2 quick-release screws and flips up. What does it hold? This is a clamp for holding laboratory glassware. One side would clamp onto a metal support stand, and the other side would be used to hold the neck of a beaker, a flask, or a test tube, suspending it over a burner or another apparatus. It's a standard piece of chemistry lab equipment. A metal ring and an old brick were found buried in a yard in Virginia. The brick is a standard size, but has a different texture. What kind of brick is it? The community is certain that this is a fire brick. Fire bricks are made from a special refractory ceramic material that can withstand extremely high temperatures. They are used to line fireplaces, kilns, forges, and furnaces. It's a specialized type of brick designed for intense heat. This sturdy box is 60 centimeters long, made of wood painted black, and has a holder on the inside. It seems to be from the 1960s or older. What was it designed to hold? The leading theory is that this is a gift box for a very nice calligraphy brush, possibly from Japan. High-quality calligraphy brushes can be quite long and are often considered works of art themselves. A beautiful and protective box like this would be appropriate for such an item. After a fire in a backyard, dozens of small, thin metal strips, springs, screws, and spacers were found in the ashes. There were also thin, layered discs of a coiled material. What was this object before it burned? The metal bits look like the springs and contacts from the battery compartment of an old electronic device that used large D or C cell batteries, like a boombox or a large flashlight. The layered discs could be part of a speaker cone or some other component. Whatever it was completely destroyed in the fire. This dark gray, plastic, screw-looking thing was found on the driver's side floor of a car. It has a 83 on one side and 3 on the other and looks chewed up. What is it from? The leading theory is that this is part of a car air freshener that clips onto the air vents. The screw-like part is often used to adjust the intensity of the fragrance. It probably fell off the vent and ended up on the floor. This is a hand tool with brass handles and a slot in the long bit. It looks like it's designed to turn something. What does it open? This is a sardine can opener, also known as a sardine key. Before the invention of the pop-top lid, many sardine cans were opened by inserting a small metal tab into the slot on this key. You would then turn the key, rolling up the thin metal lid to open the can. This heavy metal object feels like half a bowling ball. It has 4 holes on one side and 1 on the other. It looks like an old tool. What is it? This is a varpa, a game piece from the Swedish island of Gotland. The game of varpa is similar to horseshoes or boule, where players throw the varpa, which is a flat, heavy stone or metal disc, towards a stake. It's a traditional game that is still played today. This steel thing is about 6 inches long. The longer section is hollow and about 3/8 of an inch in diameter, while the shorter section is about 1/4 of an inch in diameter. What is this tool? This is a dowel pin punch. It's a tool used to install or remove dowel pins, which are small, solid cylinders of metal used to align machine parts. The hollow end would fit over the pin, allowing you to tap it into place with a hammer without damaging the pin or the surrounding parts. In a Skid Row motel room, there are 4 or 5 little piles of white, crumbly, sawdust-like stuff at the base of the wall in different places. There are no drill holes nearby. What is this material? This is likely old, degraded insulation that is breaking down and falling out from behind the baseboards. Over time, some types of insulation can become brittle and turn to dust. The seam between the wall and the floor provides a perfect exit point for the material. These toolbox-like speaker things were found in the office of a children's charity in the UK. Inside, there is a metal box and a plug that says Tracer Battery Charger. What are they for? This is a portable public address or PA system. The speakers, amplifier, and a rechargeable battery are all housed in the toolbox for easy transport. This would be used by the charity's fundraising team at outdoor events, rallies, or fairs to make announcements and play music. This solid brass object has an unscrewable knob that attaches a smaller piece. There is an angled slot where the 2 pieces meet. It was found at a flea market in the UK. What is this tool? This is a honing guide or jig, used for sharpening chisel blades or plane irons. You would clamp the blade into the jig, and the jig would hold it at the perfect angle as you move it across a sharpening stone. This ensures a consistent and very sharp edge. It's an essential tool for any serious woodworker. This 1.25 by 2.5 inch black metal box is mounted to an outlet cover next to a condo's front door. It has a small scanner inside and is connected to myriad colored wires. What is it? This is a card reader for an access control system. In the past, residents would have used a key card or fob to unlock the door by holding it up to this scanner. It's part of an older security system that has likely been replaced by the newer coated door handle. This plastic oval device belonged to a health and safety officer. After adding batteries, it was found to vibrate when a triangular button on the back is pressed. What is this thing? The brand name Scholl is the biggest clue. Scholl is a well-known brand that makes foot care products. This is almost certainly a small portable foot massager. The vibration is meant to soothe tired feet. This old piece of fabric from the 1950s has a string looped through plastic rings along the edge of an opening. It has an elastic hood and the initials RR sewn into it. What is this cover for? The best guess is that this is a fitted cover for an ironing board. The elastic hood would fit over the nose of the board, and the drawstring with the rings would be used to pull the cover tight around the rest of the board. It's a nicely made, custom piece from a time when such things were often homemade. This is a low-level, metal, sign-like post facing the pavement in Zurich. It doesn't have a permanent sign on it. What is it for? This is likely a post for a temporary sign. For example, during a special event, a festival, or road construction, the city could easily attach a temporary sign to this post to provide information or direct traffic and pedestrians. It's a permanent post for a non-permanent purpose. A large number of these thin, electrical-looking wires were found at a beach in Ishigaki, Japan. They are 5 to 10 centimeters long, with plastic-wrapped tops. Where did they come from? These are simply connecting wires from an assembly line. They would be used to connect one component to another inside any number of electronic devices. A box of them likely fell off a truck or a trash barge and washed ashore. They are generic electronic components, not part of any one specific thing. This thing, about a foot tall, was found standing on the sidewalk outside a workplace at 5 in the morning. It has a vaguely humanoid shape and was quite startling to see in the dark. What is it? This is a hat or wig stand. The head-like shape is designed to hold a hat or a wig, helping it to keep its shape when not being worn. Why it was left standing menacingly on a sidewalk in the middle of the night is a completely different mystery. This object, about 1.5 inches long, was found on a beach in France. It has a metal casing with a plastic spinning disc on the end. What could it be? The best guess is that this is the piston from a spring-powered air pistol. When the pistol is cocked, a powerful spring is compressed. When the trigger is pulled, the spring expands, driving this piston forward at high speed. The piston rapidly compresses the air behind the pellet, firing it from the barrel. This is a measuring or sighting device. It appears to plug into some other device that mechanically raises the sight or scales in increments. What is this precision instrument? This is a tough one, but the community believes it's a calibration device for a large piece of machinery, possibly a printing press or a textile loom. The device would be used to ensure that different parts of the machine are perfectly aligned. The incremental raising mechanism would allow for very precise adjustments. Are there any industrial machine technicians who recognize this? This old German kitchen gadget was found in a junk drawer. It's made of cast iron, with a plunger-type mechanism on one end. What is it? This appears to be a spigot or tap, like one you would find on a sun tea jar, a water cooler, or even a small barrel. You would push the plunger part to open the valve and allow the liquid to flow out. It's a simple, gravity-fed dispensing mechanism. This black plastic thing was found in a junk drawer. It has a specific shape that looks like it's designed to fit into something. Any ideas? This is a cleaning and maintenance tool for a Keurig coffee machine. It's used to clear clogs from the needle that punctures the K-pods. It's a small but essential tool for keeping the machine working properly. This is an older hand tool with a slightly serrated, double-edged blade. It's marked Fisher USA on the handle. What is this type of knife used for? This is a square point knife. These knives are used in trades like upholstery, carpet, or linoleum laying and shoemaking. The square tip and double edge make it versatile for cutting and trimming tough materials like leather, canvas, and vinyl. This 4-foot iron post is in the middle of a wood line in front of a house. It's not near any utilities and does not budge. It seems to have a pivot mechanism at the bottom. What was it for? The best guess is that this is the base of an old flagpole, specifically a tilting one. The pivot at the bottom would allow the flagpole to be lowered for maintenance, like replacing the rope or repainting the pole without having to dig it out of the ground. A paper object, slightly bigger than a golf ball, is tied to a house with a shoelace and braided string. No one knows where it came from. What is this strange bundle? This is a do-it-yourself fake wasp nest. Wasps are territorial and will generally not build a new nest near an existing one. By hanging up this fake nest, the homeowner is trying to trick wasps into thinking the territory is already claimed, encouraging them to build their nest somewhere else. It's a popular and humane method of pest control. This is a hand-carved wooden stick, 19 inches long, with a gnome figure on top. It looks like it has a specific purpose beyond just being a decoration. What could it be? One interesting theory is that this could be a talking stick. In some cultures and group therapy sessions, a talking stick is used to facilitate communication. Only the person holding the stick is allowed to speak. This ensures that everyone gets a chance to talk without being interrupted. A yellow, light plastic, handle-looking piece came in the box with a new floor jack. Its purpose isn't immediately obvious. What is it for? This is a carrying handle for the jack. To use it, you would temporarily remove the long metal pumping handle from the jack, insert this plastic carrying handle in its place, and then you can carry the heavy jack with one hand, like a suitcase. It makes transporting the jack much easier. This metal object consists of a decorated circle with 3 sharp, dagger-like blades spaced symmetrically apart. It was found in Denmark, near a creek. What is this intimidating-looking thing? The sharp parts look like the blades, or knives, from a combine harvester's cutter bar. These triangular blades reciprocate back and forth to cut crops like wheat or barley. This object is likely a decorative piece made from repurposed harvester blades, perhaps as a piece of farm art. This wooden-handled thing has 2 metal wire projections that can hold something between them like tongs. A small metal disc can be slid towards the end to tighten the grip. What is it for? This is a candle wick holder used for making dipped candles. You would clamp a length of wick between the wire tongs and then repeatedly dip it into a pot of melted wax, allowing each layer to cool until the candle reached the desired thickness. This wooden frame with a fringed top was made around or before 1890 in New Zealand. An old photo shows a woman leaning on a similar object. What is its purpose? This is a photographer's posing stand from the early days of photography. Photographic plates were not very sensitive, so exposure times were very long. People had to stand completely still for many seconds, or even minutes. These stands were used to help them hold their pose without moving. This cast iron plaque has the words "Fabrik Marke" on it. It's quite heavy and was very rusty before being painted. Does it have any significance? Fabrik Marke is German for factory mark or trademark. This plaque would have been the logo emblem on a heavy piece of German-made equipment, like a tractor, a furnace, a boiler, or an industrial machine. It's the equivalent of the Ford or John Deere logo on their respective products. This unknown brown wooden box was found at a church thrift sale. It consists of 2 parts that slide into each other, revealing compartments inside. What is it? This is a dugout, a type of portable case for smoking accessories. It typically has one compartment for storing loose tobacco or other smokable herbs, and another, smaller compartment for a one-hitter pipe. It's a compact and discreet way to carry smoking supplies. A canister is attached to an outdoor ceiling fan. Its purpose is not obvious. What does it do? The best guess is that this canister contains a mosquito repellent, like citronella. As the fan blades spin, they would circulate the repellent through the air, helping to keep insects away from an outdoor patio or deck area. It's a clever way to combine air circulation and pest control. This object was found in a backyard. It looks like a plastic bag with a white button. What is it? This is a plastic cover or sheath for a pair of garden shears or pruners. You would slide the sharp blades of the shears into the cover to protect them from damage and to prevent accidental cuts when they are not in use. The button likely helps to hold the cover on securely. At a restaurant, a child looked under the table and saw a bunch of small white beans or rice-like things embedded in the laminate. The bottom of the table is smooth to the touch. What is this? The community was quite disgusted by this one. While it's impossible to be certain from the picture, the two leading theories are that it's either some kind of insect eggs or, perhaps more likely, a manufacturing defect where moisture got into the particle board under the laminate, causing it to swell and bubble in a strange pattern. Either way, it's not something you want to see in a restaurant. This is a leash-like rope with a handle on one end and two openings with a tightening mechanism on the other end. What is this for? The internet's consensus on this is that it is a piece of bondage equipment, specifically a type of rope handcuff. The two loops would go around the wrists, and the tightening mechanism would secure them. The handle would be for control. It's a piece of adult novelty equipment. This mysterious P-shaped metal bracket was found among a large pile of photography equipment in a manufacturing studio. Its purpose is completely unknown. What does it hold? The leading theory is that this is a bracket for holding long, rigid objects like dowels, metal rods, or pipes. You would mount several of these on a wall or a board, and they would create a simple and effective rack for storing raw materials or long tools. This is a bag of several black rubber pieces, each an inch or so long, with ridged or serrated parts on one side. They are slightly flexible. What are they for? These are port covers for a computer or other electronic device. They are designed to be inserted into unused ports like USB, HDMI, or Ethernet ports to keep dust and debris out. They are especially common on ruggedized laptops or industrial equipment. What was the weirdest object for you? Let me know in the comments and share this to test your friends. If you love uncovering these mysteries, hit like and subscribe. Your support helps us find more curious explorers like you. Stay curious.